In my Delfino Plaza Hub World video, I talked about how well it develops the place to really make it feel lived in. At one point, I touched on the common observatory as a way of contrasting between good and bad. I feel like this place deserves way more than a few sentences dismissing it. I don't hate it at all. I actually love it and think it serves as an example for what video game locations should strive to be. Iconic and memorable, which is why I've decided to gush about it here. I don't know what this platform's purpose is, but I love it. Like, yeah, I get it. In the game, you stand on it and it zooms everything out in a woo way, and you can see all of the observatory. It's really pretty. I guess I just don't understand what Rosalina's purpose for it is. Does she just stand here and get some kind of epiphany or get some kind of new perspective on the observatory to do repairs or something? Not really sure, but it's really cool regardless. These rings here for when Mario or Luigi land after collecting a grand star are so sick. It could have just been a regular platform straight way and, you have to walk the plank or whatever like that. But no, they decide to have a cool little pattern here, and you're right across from Rosalina, who is standing in front of a sick map, dude. Look, you don't even have to go into any menus. Haven't you always been frustrated about having to look into menus and look at, oh, I've collected this much of this thing or this much of that thing? But Rosalina managed to craft a menu for you that actually makes sense in universe. Because think about it, you're collecting the power stars and grand stars to power the generator. So why wouldn't she be trying to help you out with it as much as she possibly could? Look, we've got the terrace, fountain, garden, kitchen, bedroom, and engine room, all with the different plants that you travel to, and all with crowns should you collect all the power stars there. That's so sick! I should mention that when you first enter the observatory, everything is kind of powered down and low-key, not to mention that the music is very low-key as well. The more you power up the observatory, the more the music kind of changes and becomes more dramatic and starts crescendoing. It's really sick. Go look up the observatory themes if you can. But it starts off really low-key and things are kind of shut off, right? Now, this dome right here, the terrace, is the first one you gain access to, and it's the one that holds Good Egg Galaxy, the first one that you go to, right? And you can kind of tell because they look somewhat similar. Now, think about it. How does this thing get any of its power, right? It just lights up all of a sudden. But if you look, there's a tube here. So if you go right here, and you follow the tube, oh my gosh, you're back at the platform. So this tube right here is orange. That's what powered the terrace. And if you follow it, you see a star here. Now, what's that meant to represent? It's meant to represent the grand star that powered the dome. That's so cool, dude. And you could see this as an example for all of them. For example, look, if we follow this grand star here, we follow this kind of path, it goes all the way. And you might be thinking to yourself, oh, there's no way, because the fountain, there's no way that powers the fountain. How can it power the fountain? Look, the fountain's floating up here, so there's no way for this place to get lit up by that whole contraption over there, right? But look, follow the tube, follow the tube. It goes to this contraption, and what does this contraption do? It kind of converts the energy into some kind of aurora, some kind of light, and it beams it over into this contraption, which receives it, and then bam, tube again, and it lights up. It's genius, man. It's just genius. And you can see all the water here that kind of flows out from the area and falls off into nothingness. It's so pretty. It really is. Not to mention, whenever you enter this light kind of area, it kind of, whoa, it carries Mario or Luigi all the way over to the end of the light area. So not only does it serve as an explanation for why the dome is getting lit up, it also serves as a way for you to travel between different points. How cool is that? And then we have this area right here. Now, this area isn't that big of a deal. It's kind of just a green spinning platform, but I still think it's cool regardless. If you want to travel around in different ways, you can. You could just stand on here and it'll bring you all the way over here to kind of this staircase. You don't have to do some kind of awkward long jump and a spin in order to get to the bedroom over here. You could, but if you want to play it safe, you can go right here onto this platform. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, what if I fall? What happens then? That'd be kind of immersion breaking, right? If you could just die in the hub world, because this is just some outlandish area. Now, I want you to take a guess. Just guess what happens when you fall off the observatory. Rosalina saves you. Now, it's not super duper obvious. It's not like she comes at you like a Lakitu if you fall off in like a Mario Kart or something like that. It's more like the bubble that forms around her when you accidentally bounce on her or bounce on her for fun forms around you when you fall, and then she brings you all the way back to safety. That is so cool. Here, let's just follow more of these tubes. Which one do you want to follow? Let's follow the purple one. So let's follow the purple one right here. It doesn't matter how far it goes. Look how far this one's going. It goes all the way right into the bedroom, and it just lights up everything, dude. That's so cool. It's so cool, man. Oh, we got a little observation area too. I think you might be able to do the same thing. You can kind of get a different perspective on the observatory from here. That's pretty sick. One of the best areas, though, that almost everybody appreciates is this library right here, which we sadly can't access right now. But it's really cool regardless. Everyone knows about the whole Rosalina storybook thing, and if you don't, this is a place that you enter in the game just completely at random. Rosalina opens up a book and then starts reading to all of her Luma children here, and she starts talking about her life story, about this girl, you know? And you know the girl is Rosalina, but it's not super duper on the nose like that. I guess I just wish that there were some other books talking about the Lumas and how this whole observatory was built in the way that it was. Oh look, here's the kitchen. Okay, so honestly, I gotta keep it real with you. I don't know why the kitchen was constructed in this way. Can you imagine Rosalina walking over here and then needing to go up to the kitchen? She has to go woo, 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 all the way up in order to access it. I guess she could fly or whatever, so it's just meant to be a spiral for her kids. But look, look, look. Okay, see the red tube here? Here, check this out, check this out. So if we go right from the red tube, oh my gosh, look at this. They really went hard with this idea. Look at this. Look at this, man. It goes all the way in. Am I the only one that's amazed by this? Like, I swear, I know there are going to be some people that are like, okay, I don't get it, you know? Like, I don't get what's so special about that. Like, I can probably, for people like you, like, I could probably show you so many examples of these tubes. Like, look at this pink and green one. It goes up the frickin' wall, comes around, into this fixture here, lights up here, and then this green one goes in, and then this pink one kind of connects around here. Wait a minute. No, okay, so this pink one somehow goes over here, and then it's able to connect all the way over here, and then all the way over here to power up this area. And no matter how many of these I show you, some people are going to be like, okay, I really don't get it. What's the point? The point is that they tried, man. The point is that they put the effort in to give an in-universe reason for why these things are happening. That is really thoughtful and really cool. That's the kind of magic that you feel as a kid. A lot of the times people will say, oh, when you're a kid, you had worse taste. I don't know if I believe that entirely. I genuinely believe that kids have more imagination more of the time than adults do. And that's because they're able to see, for what it's worth, the effort that developers like this are putting into their games or in movies or in shows or anything like this. They can see that, man. They see these fixtures and they see the thing light up and they're like, oh my god, I lit it up, you know? They're not like a boring adult or whatever that's just like, I don't mean to sound like Persona 5 or anything, but they're not like a boring adult or whatever that's like, oh cool, the place lit up, a new place to gather power stars. No, they see it for what it is, which is just a cool area lighting up in a video game that they're enjoying, and they did that, man. It's so cool. You know, now that I think about it, this whole place kind of looks like a carnival, doesn't it? Huh. I never really thought about it like that way. One thing I am disappointed though is that you're not able to really travel on this thing. You're not really able to get around on the carnival top here. Whenever you land on it, you end up kind of sliding down, which is a bit of a bummer, but you know what? I'll cut it some slack. Oh, I haven't even mentioned the Toad Brigade yet. Okay, so this place isn't a part of the observatory. It's more so attached to the observatory, but look at the contrast here. I swear they did this on purpose. So you have kind of the grassy area where you first go to Good Egg Galaxy and, oh hey dude, how's it going, man? These guys actually look at you. This is so cool. Okay, anyways, but there's like this grassy area and it looks so nice and pristine, right? And then you have their kind of machine here which kind of attaches to the observatory, right? And they're a completely different species and they get along with the Lumas. It's so cute, dude. And look, they actually dress up the toads. I'm getting Sticker Star flashbacks. Oh no. Moving on to the top area, this one might feel like a little bit of a letdown to some of you, but you have to take a closer look at it. So this is the garden, right? Now, you look at this thing, and it doesn't really seem like it'd be the garden. Like, you go to every other place, and you could probably guess what it is, you know? Like, oh, this is a fountain. Oh, you know, that makes sense. This is a terrace. You kind of have the kitchen area over here. You have the bedroom area over here. You could probably guess this is the engine room. Now, you go up here, and you're not really sure what it is. And then you enter it. Look at how beautiful this place is. Oh my gosh. Now, there's a video called The Quiet Sadness of Super Mario Galaxy, and if you're a fan of Super Mario Galaxy and its aesthetic, I highly suggest you watch that video. It goes way more in depth than I could ever hope to do, right, in a lifetime, at how good Super Mario Galaxy is with establishing its immersion and its aesthetic. It's super cool. But real quick, because it is technically a part of the observatory, I want to go into the dome structure and how you access the levels. Now, this might just seem like a normal area, but when you kind of click on this little thing up here, in-game, right, you kind of whoosh. Look at that, you kind of zoom out and look. Welcome to your stage select. If that ain't the coolest stage select I've ever seen, man. Most games, you'll have like a cute little stage select. They'll try to add some aesthetic to it by, I don't know, making the fonts like different kind of sizes or different colors or anything. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it just feels like a stage select. But this, look at this, man. It's literally modeled after a solar system. And guess what? Here's the kicker, man. See this one? Which is like the furthest away from orbit? That's the last one you gain access to, because the Comet Observatory can't reach it, right? Once you power up the Comet Observatory with more stars, more grand stars, then you're able to reach this area. Oh my gosh, dude, that's so cool. Sometimes people will tell me, how can you prefer Super Mario Galaxy 1 over Super Mario Galaxy 2? It's for reasons like this, man. You don't get this in Super Mario Galaxy 2. You get freaking Mario Head, man, and I don't want Mario Head. I want the observatory. And then you have these little offshoot islands here, which I just love, man. Like, you have one over there, you have one over here, and then you have like the lesser green galaxies, which I'm pretty sure don't show up in-game, but they do show up here, and it's really cool how there's like lesser galaxies that you can branch off of using the observatory. However, that does remind me of one gripe I do have with this place. There's actually two, and if both of them were solved, this would be my dream hub world. My very first gripe is this. Now, you know how there's multiple domes, right? You got the Terrace dome here, the Fountain dome, all the other ones, right? And how using the domes you're able to access different levels in a kind of a solar system setting, right? Don't you think that in a space setting, this is the perfect example of being able to see different levels from each other? I mean, come on! You're in space! You can see all around you! You can see into an endless abyss here. Why can't I see Good A Galaxy from here? Wouldn't that have been sick? How about whenever you unlock a new area, it shows up really far away? It wouldn't even have to be, like, I know some of you might be saying, oh, but that would like cause some slowdown or whatever because of all the polygons, all the models. Oh, no, I'm not even asking for that. Just, it could be a flat texture. It could even be a flat texture way in the distance, way in the distance. Or if you have more processing power, it could be like low polygons way in the distance out here. Just to let me know that it's out there, man. Just to let me know that it's out there. If they had that, it would be awesome. Another thing that I wish they had was more unique Lumas. Like, I get it, some of them are color-coded, this one's yellow, this one's blue and stuff. The black Luma looks really cool here. This is my favorite one, by the way, I love him, he looks sick, right? But I wish these Lumas were kind of doing something, you know? Like, the Hungry Luma has some personality and stuff, but part of why I like Delfino Plaza so much is because all the Piantas kind of feel like they have their own groove going on, kind of living their own lives, kind of look different, but the Lumas here kind of feel a bit copy and pasted, sadly. If they were all kind of doing their own thing, maybe they're kind of wrestling with each other a little bit, maybe they're racing each other every now and then, I feel like that would add a bit more charm to the place. Now, those are my two gripes. That's it. You know, if I was able to see some, kind of like this, you see this galaxy right here? Now, this is one that you can actually land on, you know, mind you, but if you can see some more galaxies way in the distance, that would be awesome. If you can see the different personalities in the Lumas and they acted a bit different from one another, that would be awesome. Those are my gripes. If those are cured, it'd be over, dude. Also, I'm pretty sure Luigi shows up in this part here, so like, what else can you say, man? I just love this place. Like, the Comet Observatory is basically my second home, alongside Delfino Plaza. I love both of the areas. If those gripes were gotten rid of, this would be the perfect video game spot for me. Although they do exist, so it isn't, but it is so close to perfection. I'm glad you've joined me on this gushing trip, and look, if you have anything you'd like to say about the Comet Observatory, feel free to let me know. I just love hearing people gush, so I'll see you guys later in the next video for June Zoom 2, July's debut.